Greetings, salutations, and hello on this Friday, January 9th, 2026. We've made it through the week, and admittedly, I'm a little distracted because of a football game. Yes, that's right. If you're not from the United States or in the United States, you may not know about college football. Even if you are in the United States, you may not know or you may not care about college football, and I have compassion for you. I really do, but I am a dyed-in-the-wool Oregon Duck fan, and that is the University of Oregon team in Eugene, Oregon. It is the community in which I was born. I've lived there 3 times. I was born in the connected city called Springfield, and I've lived there, when I was born until about 4 years old, and then again as an undergraduate at the University of Oregon. And then again, as a young lawyer, starting out my legal career in Eugene, Oregon. And so Eugene is sort of a mecca and my birthplace. And I was in the marching band for the team. And so all of that said, they have been rising as a national powerhouse ever since about 1995, which is when I was in the marching band there, and I witnessed the game that changed it all, and the era that changed it all, when Nike started funding. Because for those of you who may not know, Phil Knight is Nike's founder, and he has given an extraordinarily large amount of money to the University of Oregon to support the team and the school and build buildings and support the team, because he is an alum, and he supports Oregon and Stanford in particular, because he went to both of those schools. So anyway, it's been a long road, and the desire of the fan base to win a championship is very, very huge. And so now tonight is the game, the semifinal, that determines whether Oregon goes to the championship game on the 19th of January. And it's going to be epic. Indiana, Oregon, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. And it's going to be hard to have my mind on much else today, but I'm going to make an attempt at it. So, all right, that's enough of enforced football on other people. What a week, man. I mean, it's just felt like, what is it? What did I say? It's the 8th? 9th? It's the 9th today. I thought it was the 15th. I really did. That's how much has happened. And what I'm noticing with this new business, listen, I had a call with a prolific networker here in the New York City area. And her name is Lisa. She's just a really nice person, and she's, like I said, prolific networker. I mean, when she takes notes, she's taking notes directly into a CRM, and she captures the right information using the right tools, and really tries to connect people genuinely with no expectation of transactionalism. And so I'd been kind of pulling back last year because I quit all my networking groups. They weren't working for me. I'm in a transition to a completely new business. Not a great time to be in a networking group, I can tell you. And just trying to redefine my, not just business focus, but how I was, what success looks like and what getting there looks like for me. And so we reconnected, and I so appreciated her genuine curiosity about, she goes, man, you've done this and you were doing that other thing, working with another company on hiring, and now you're doing this other media thing. Tell me everything. What is going on with you? And I was able to give her a pretty concise summary of the journey of where I was and where I'm going. And number one, it made sense to me. I mean, I could see the thread through all of it. It may sound like it's a wild, tangent, but it's not. But what was really cool is that she really saw it too. And then just so quickly pivoted to, man, I can see you're so energized. This is amazing. And, of course, we're going to have a one-on-one very soon and explore more ways to be able to support one another. And there are going to be more ways to support one another because of my pivot. So, that's just one example, and there are literally a gazillion more examples of things like this that are happening. There's also people that I've met who are more confused, and when I find someone who's really confused and doesn't, proclaims to not understand what you're doing, yeah, okay, that's fine. And I think if I really look honestly, it's not a judgment, but it's often, I think, more a sign of disinterest. And that's okay. I mean, we've got so much information out there. If someone still doesn't get it after, an explanation that's pretty clear, it's okay. They're not that interested. We're the most interested in ourselves, let's face it. And we got a lot going on in all of our lives. And I'm just becoming much more, I guess, accepting of the fact that, by the grace of God go I, and thank you to anyone who is paying attention and cares. And not everyone has the bandwidth, the mindset, the attention span, or the motivation, really. And, that includes myself about other people too sometimes. So I try to care about and be interested in absolutely everyone. But admittedly, there's some people and their ventures I'm just a lot less interested in. And so, my mind makes a decision about how much it's going to invest in figuring it out. So there is some resource allocation going on as well. But I'm just amazed at how many people in my circle are, really aligned with me, and I'm aligned with them, and at a human level and at a business level. And that's becoming more and more in alignment. But as I'm reflecting on this Friday, I kind of blocked off the day because I need to do some creative work. And a couple insights on this. Number one, so important to have days that are blocked off, if at all possible, just blocked off. I mean, I got to this morning and I've worked so many hours this week on so many different creative and networking and meetings and video production and planning and sales and all kinds of things. And Friday comes along. Now I know I'm going to work over the weekend some. So it's like having a space to think like, well, okay, what have I learned this week? What mistakes have I made? What missed opportunities have I had? And recalibrate and maybe even write about some of those things or produce some content for social media for those things. So it's really a time to breathe. And, fires, when air gets blown on fires, oxygen gets blown on fire, what happens? It gets hotter. To me, a break is like putting oxygen on the fire inside of you. It can get covered up if you're just on the rat race all the time. So I'm going to take this Friday and reconnect. And I have to say, someone in my life, her name is Jacqueline Wales. She runs, she's in the fear business. She does a really nice job of talking about the role of fear and holding you back and everything. And she sends out a great, a great daily kind of message. And I don't read all of them, and she knows this. I recently talked to her. But I read some of them, and then there's some that really hit on that day. They happen to hit. And today's, she talked about chasing other people's definition of success, and that it's important that we really stay connected with our own definition of success. And that really resonates with me today because it can be so tempting to, and you don't even know you're doing it, looking at someone else and kind of subtly, in almost subconsciously going, oh yeah, that's what I should want. That's what I should have. I should have a white picket fence. I should have 2 cars in the garage. I should have a bunch of children. Well, I don't have any of that. And I have other things in my life that are just rich and beautiful and amazing. And so, the more untethered I get from being true to myself, if I'm in fear, if I'm in anxiety, I am more vulnerable to letting other people decide, and they're not deciding for me. Is it allowing my brain to sort of point at someone else and go, gee, I should have that job, or I should be in that position. And really my job is just to make the absolute best of who I am and what I've got and the people in my life and what my definition of success is. And staying present with that is a practice. That is a practice. And so I think it goes back to what I started off talking about, is when, you make a pivot that is thoughtful and it puts you even more in alignment, Not everybody's going to get it. And just because someone says to you, well, that seems like it's erratic, or they leave you with the impression that maybe they think it's erratic, they don't say it, it's okay. It's okay. And it's okay for me because I know exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing. And it is so in alignment with my dreams and who I am. And it's moving me closer and closer to the life that I really want and helping more people. And so it's okay if others don't, because the most important sales job I've got to make is to myself. And it's got to be a true fit. And when that's a true fit, you're being true to yourself. And then it just makes other people's opinions more valuable and less controlling. More valuable and less controlling. That's what being true to yourself means. Other people are more valuable and less controlling. And that's a beautiful thing. I'll leave you there with that. It's Friday. I hope you've had a great week. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Connect with some people that you love. And in the meantime, be good to yourself and others. Thanks as always for listening. We'll check back again Monday. Bye-bye for now.